Shit. Got your ass.
What is up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. Today we are talking Joe Budden. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Joe Budden, more of a hate relationship than love with Joe Budden. The truth is that although I am a big proponent of black male media, Joe Budden gets on my nerves. And one of the more recent things that Joe Budden did is that Joe Budden had some comments about DDG, in the wake of the Haley Bailey DDG situation. Link at the end of this video on that, and a link right here if you want to check that out. However, Joe Budden basically said that Ruby Rose was a hustler and an entrepreneur and a go-getter, when we all know that all she do is shake her behind, and without that she ain't hitting on nothing. Let's just call that what it is. And so he was pretty much hating on DDG, and I cannot stand dudes that hate. And another thing that I'm going to tell you something, as a light-skinned dude myself, Joe Budden has a lot of light-skinned tendencies. He really makes us look bad. He needs to be called to the court, the delegation, and brought up on charges. But he's actually dealing with some different charges right now, and that is lewdness. It's a long time since I've heard that word, at least in real life. Lewdness. Apparently Joe Budden pretty much likes to walk around, likes to sleepwalk, and he likes to sleep naked. That is not a great combination. And apparently he actually sleepwalked all the way to his neighbor's apartment across the hall and tried to hit the code on their door. And, his family there, children, all that. And at the end of the day, it is a misdemeanor charge. It's not a big deal. However, it is very embarrassing. He's trying to keep a brave face with it. But one of the things when Joe Budden gets in trouble, and I'll talk about this after I read the article, is folks are always waiting for Joe Budden to do something, because as soon as he does something, it's always live on Twitter, always folks that are ready to put out all the receipts on all the various things that he's been accused of with other women, things he's done. Joe Budden has a lot of haters. One of the things that brings black men and black women together is I don't even want to call it hating, but clowning Joe Budden, because truth be told, Joe Budden is a hater himself. And so with that being said, let's jump into this article and I'll give my commentary on the back of it. So let's jump. So Joe Budden explained dramatic lewdness charge after trying to enter neighbor's home naked. Man, this is some reality show stuff, to be honest with you. Joe Budden feels like fans are overreacting. What? Fans are overreacting to his recently disorderly charges and has responded with 3 simple words. The rapper turned podcast host was reportedly arrested and charged with lewdness. He wasn't arrested, actually. They came to say that later. For an incident on December 4th, 2024, after he was spotted on a neighbor's Ring camera in his birthday suit. Budden, full name Joseph Anthony Budden, who maintains that he's a sleepwalker, doesn't seem pressed about the matter at all. Frankly, he thinks fans may be exaggerating the issue. Y'all so dramatic, LOL, Budden 44 boldly wrote on X. I mean, I'll give my thoughts on that, but that's interesting. Here's the post right here. Swear this ish only can happen to you, LOL. One fan responded in the comments. I actually agree. Ho Budden, the streetwalker. As I get to, bro, thank goodness you're okay. You should consider hypnosis for sleepwalking. Thoughts and prayers and concerned fan added, if kids were around, you'd be a certified pedophile. This isn't a laughing matter. A fourth darted. That is true. Like, Joe could have had his career ended if somebody would have set that up right. He also appeared to reference the incident on the Joe Budden podcast. I sleepwalked somewhere that I shouldn't have sleptwalked, he said, and you know how I sleep, naked. The resident who called 911 on Pump It Up rapper claims they were alerted by the Ring camera when Budden was spotted standing outside of the apartment completely naked. The caller added the podcast star attempted to enter a code into their digital keypad multiple times before heading back to his own apartment, reportedly located in the same building. The complaint also states that residents' two juvenile daughters were present during the time of the disorderly offense. Lucky he didn't get shot. Like, this is crazy. This is actually crazy, man. Because, I'm not saying he should be jumping up and down. I get the tactic he's trying to take. But ultimately, for a dude that's got a lot of stuff on him, man, you really giving people ammo. Budden's lawyer, Nima Amiri, told TMZ that he was saddened by the complaint of the incident being made public, in addition to accusing Edgewater Police Chief Donald A. Martin of alleged racism. Yeah, because of course, what else are you gonna do? Mr. Budden is saddened by the police chief Martin's press release. Mr. Budden has been waiting weeks for his cross complaints to be processed, which include substantially more serious charges, including possible felony charges against the persons behind these charges against him, Amiri said. Hip Hop DX.
It's really him. It's really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Let's keep it real. Whenever, number one, you probably live around white people, and when you live around white people, here's the court order and all that. You are not gonna win the house police, the neighborhood watch. You're not gonna win those games with white folks. If they're non-whites, it depends on who you're dealing with and what the circumstances is. But you being a podcast or a rapper, the police, you a name. Yeah, you could call it racism, but nobody's going to care about that. All he did was put out a press release, and the reality is, even in the press release, he said you wasn't arrested, so it wasn't like he really threw you out. He just put it out there. Is it messed up? Yeah. Is it racist? I'd say that's a stretch, but at the same time, dude, the chief has, in our opinion, sat on those, but instead used his time to gain some free publicity for himself. Chief Martin should should seek publicity by doing notable policing, not inflaming disorderly persons' allegations. Amiri continued, the allegations against Mr. Budden are Martin in charge, not even resulting in an arrest. They charge Mr. Budden is looking forward to beating a court on the merits, not in the press. The chief comments are reckless and, in our opinion, racially motivated. Yeah, you can say that, but at the end of the day, if you caught on camera, ain't nobody sweating that. Our research has shown not a single press release shown on a disorderly person charged on the police website this year. His choice to single out Mr. Budden, in our opinion, is self-motivated and based off of Mr. Budden's race and celebrity status. She concluded, yeah, I would agree to that. I would definitely agree to that. But at the end of the day, you on camera. That's the problem. You on camera. And if you on camera, you act like you being accused of this. Like, you on camera. You either on camera or you not. Yeah, that's the end of it. You either on camera or you not. So at the end of the day, here's my thoughts on this. First of all, this is why you don't hate on people. Joe Budden has a history of hating on folks. And Joe Budden is probably of the believers all publicity is good publicity. But it does get to a point where A, you become a joke. B, you build up a lot of bad will, negative will or ill will, and people are ready for you. People that can really spread your stuff out social media wise, and you may be thinking that helps you out, but ultimately, they always looking for a black dude to put on the altar to sacrifice. They tried it with Kanye. Kanye is able to dodge it. They tried it with Kyrie Irving. You see what's going on with Diddy. You see what's going on with Jay-Z, and they looking for some new folks. And they ain't had a light-skinned dude in a minute. So you got a whole bunch of people that's been putting stuff out, that's got stuff out, that's ready for you to really get in it. And it's kind of like, dude, not to mention you got sponsors. So stupid stuff, you can't really afford to do stupid stuff like this. You talking about you sleep butt naked. I've heard that before, so I'm not even going to judge that. But if you sleepwalk, you a fool. You sleepwalk, you live in what it seems like a apartment building or residence, and you doing stuff like this with folks that's got paper. Nah, they not paying the kind of money they paying to be around somebody, black or otherwise, doing that stuff. And that just is what it is. You're not gonna be able to, I mean, your lawyer is doing what your lawyer is supposed to do. I would say it's smart he got a female lawyer, especially with all the stuff that he got on him when it comes to women and stuff. But like I said, one of the reasons I wanted to attack this is because I really didn't like what he said about DDG. In fact, here's a clip of what he said.
View that differently.
And there was a whole lot going on with her where she was doing clout chasey.
Now you just said, I'm getting some cool points back, okay? You just said you ain't know who DDG was. Now you're telling me about a whole relationship that happened 3 years ago. Which one is it? Which one is it, Crenshaw? Do you know me or not? I thought you didn't know.
To their relationship.
Well, Ruby is a hustler, and
She not gonna fuck you either, Joe. She's not gonna fuck you either. Y'all niggas are old. Your time is done. It's over. It's over. What are y'all talking about? She's a hustler. Boy, shut your goofy ass up. Old ass nigga. She's
all
not
right, so
fucking with you.
you heard it. So
And I want to
that
clarify.
really annoyed me. It really did. And if somebody to use DDG, they ain't usually in stuff. This is the type of stuff, reason why you don't be hating unnecessarily, because what happens is you're building a whole rose gallery of folks, and you really not that hard to really take down. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. Do you think, the charges are more serious? Do you think they may make them more serious? Do you think somebody may make an example of them? What is your favorite, Joe Budden moment? Do you watch Joe Budden's podcast? Do you think it's trash? Let me know what your thoughts. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you got this far, I definitely do appreciate it. Type in Joe Budden is trash if you got this far in the video. Make sure you click on the links in the descriptions. Make sure you check out this video on the upper right, because that's the DDG video. Show that video some love and see some of the BS that Joe Budden has done in the past. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.
When I get to heaven, I'm gonna tell Jesus what you did.